Good morning, students. I hope you all understood the first part of Geography Lesson 2, that is Climate and Natural Vegetation of India. Students, before entering into the lesson, I just want to remind you that please note down all the points which is presented in this video. Then only you can revise and understand the continuity of the lesson. In last class, we discussed about what are the factors controlling the climate of India. In that topic, we saw latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, monsoon wind, relief, and jet streams. So, before entering into the lesson, we just recall our previous portion. The first factor is latitude. Due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to the latitude. So, the equator receives direct sunlight and the Tropic of Cancer receives little slanting sun rays than equator. Based on the latitudes, the Tropic of Cancer divides our country into two halves. The northern part is subtropical region and southern part is tropical region. This subtropical region is away from the equator, therefore experiences extreme climate with high daily and annual range of temperature. The tropical region is closer to equator, thus experiences high temperature throughout the year with small daily and annual range. The next factor is altitude. Altitude means height. When the height increases, the temperature decreases. The temperature decreases at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meter of descent. It is called normal lapse rate. Hence, places in the mountains are cooler than the places on the plains. The next factor is distance from the sea. Due to the heat produced by the sun, the sea heats up slowly and cools down slowly, but in the land it heats up quickly and cools down quickly. So, the places that are influenced by sea temperature have a maritime climate, that is wet climate with a small temperature range. The places inland that are not influenced by sea temperatures have a continental climate, that is dry climate with a large temperature range. The next factor is monsoon wind. It is the most dominant factor which affects the climate of India. These are seasonal reversal winds and India remains in the influence of these winds for a considerable part of a year. So always monsoon winds moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. The next factor is relief. Relief of India has a great bearing on major elements of climate such as temperature, atmospheric pressure, direction of wind and the amount of rainfall. The last important factor is jet stream. Jet stream is nothing but fast moving winds in a narrow zone in the upper atmosphere. It is classified into westerly jet stream and easterly jet stream. Westerly jet stream helps in arrival of monsoon wind. Easterly jet stream helps in sudden outbreak of monsoon. Okay, let's start our today's portion. In this section, we are going to learn about monsoon in detail. Monsoon is an Arabic word, mausim, which means season. Originally, the word monsoon was used by Arab navigators several centuries ago to describe a system of seasonal reversal of winds along the shores of the Indian Ocean, especially over the Arabian Sea. Monsoon is a periodic seasonal wind that comes from sea to land in a particular season and completely reverses back in the next season. Monsoon is an Arabic word which means mausim, which means season. So this word is used by Arab navigators to describe a system of seasonal reversal of wind along the shores of Indian Ocean. See, the causes of monsoon moves from land to sea and sea to land. During summer, low pressure develops in the land and high pressure develops in the water. So, the wind moves from high pressure area, that is sea, to the low pressure area, that is land. During winter, low pressure area develops in the sea and high pressure area develop in the water. So the wind moves from high pressure area to the low pressure area, that is from land to sea. So the wind in summer season, it is moved from southwest direction to northeast direction. During winter, it moves from northeast direction to southwest direction. See the picture. During winter, the wind moves from northeast to south direction. In summer, it is moved from southwest to northeast direction. Next, origin of monsoon. Monsoons are a complex meteorological phenomenon. Meteorologists have developed a number of concepts about the origin of monsoons. According to the dynamic concept, monsoon wind originate due to the seasonal migration of planetary winds and pressure belts following the position of the sun. In summer, sun rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. So all the pressure and wind belts shift northwards. At this time, ITCZ moves northwards. ITZ means, so what is ITCZ? It is Intertropical Convergence Zone. See this model to understand the Intertropical Convergence Zone. The movement of sun from Tropic of Cancer June to Tropic of Capricorn in December. The presence, pressure system and wind changes globally. When the sun reaches equator, the northeast and southeast trade wind converge and this is called Intertropical Convergence Zone. Repeat it again. The movement of sun from Tropic of Cancer in the month of June to Tropic of Capricorn in the month of December. The pressure system and wind changes globally. When the sun reaches equator, the northeast and southeast trade wind converge and this is called Intertropical Convergence Zone. Now I hope you all understood what is ITCZ. So in the summer, this ITCZ moves northward. Indian landmass comes under the influence of southeast trade wind. While crossing equator, these winds get deflected and take direction of southwest and becomes southwest monsoon. So during winter, the pressure and wind belts shift southward, thereby establishing the northeast monsoon, that is trade wind over this region. Such systemic change in the direction of planetary winds is known as monsoon. Next, we will see the different seasons in India. They are winter or cold weather season, pre-monsoon or summer or hot weather season, southwest monsoon or rainy season, northeast monsoon season. Let's see one by one. First, winter or cold weather season. During winter, the vertical rays of the sun falls over Tropic of Capricorn, which is far away from India. Hence, India receives the slanting sun rays which results in low temperature. During this season, a high pressure develops over North India. A northwesterly wind blows down the Indus and Ganga valley. In South India, the general direction of wind is from east to west. So the temperature increases from north, that is 10 degrees Celsius, to south, that is 22 degrees Celsius. So jet stream plays an important role to cause rainfall during this season. So see this model to know about winter season in India. So India has cold weather in the winter that begins in the mid of November and lasts till February. So December and January are the coldest months in northern India. By contrast, the southern part of India do not experience very low temperature. On the eastern coast, the average winter temperature are high when compared to the northern plains. For example, in Chennai, the temperature in winter ranges from 24 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, Jammu and Kashmir, the winter temperature may be range between 26 degree 0.2 degrees Celsius to 4.3 degrees Celsius. Frost is a common phenomena in the northern plain. During winter, the northeast trade winds blowing into the country, and these winds blow from land to sea in most part of India. So most parts of India, the weather during the winter is dry. However, in some of India, like the coast of Tamil Nadu, the wind blows from sea to the land. Hence, these places receives some amount of rainfall during the winter. In the northern part of the country, the high pressure develops. As a result, light wind blow outwards. Passing through the Ganga basin from west to northwest. These parts experiences with low temperature, low humidity, clear sky and feeble variable winds. So this winter rainfall is important for the cultivation of wheat. So the next season is summer season. During summer season, the vertical rays of the sun falls over the peninsular India. Hence, there is a steady increase in temperature from south to north. During this season, temperature starts increasing all over the country, and by April, the interior parts of South India record mean daily temperatures of 30 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. This summer season is also called pre-monsoon season. Because of the atmospheric pressure conditions, the winds blow from southwest to northeast direction in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. They bring pre-monsoon showers to the west coast during the month of May. This pre-monsoon showers is also called mango showers. which helps in quick ripening of mangoes along the coast of Kerala and Karnataka. The next season is rainy season, which is also called southwest monsoon. The onset of the southwest monsoon takes normally over the southern tip of the country by the first week of June, advances along the Konkan coast in early June, and covers the whole country by 15th June. The monsoon is influenced by global phenomenon, that is El Nino effect. The monsoon winds is divided into two branches. One is from Arabian Sea, another one is from Bay of Bengal. See this model to understand the formation of southwest monsoon. Monsoon mainly occurs in the region of South Asia. The other regions include parts of equatorial Africa, East and Southeast Asia, and northern Australia, and to a lesser extent in the southwestern United States. The intertropical convergence zone, where the northeast trade winds and southeast trade winds converge in a low pressure zone, moves to the north of the equator and established itself over the Indian subcontinent during the month of July. The southeast trade winds, after crossing the equator, are deflected to the right by the Coriolis force, forming the southwest monsoon. So here it is deflected to the right. So these pick up the moisture while traveling from sea to land and cause orographic rainfall. They hit the highlands of the Indian peninsula. This results in the southwest monsoon. So here it hits the peninsular region. This result in the southwest monsoon. The monsoonal winds, after reaching the Indian peninsula, split into two branches, that is the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch causes rain along the coast of West. Next, the Bay of Bengal branch strikes at the West Bengal coast and the southern slopes of Shillong Plateau. It merges with the Arabian branch. It merges with the Arabian branch over the Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. So this southwest monsoon is the main reason for the rainfall of India. So this southwest monsoon caused heaviest rainfall at Mawsynram, which is wettest place on earth. So prior to the onset of the southwest monsoon, the temperature in North India reaches up to 46 degrees Celsius. The sudden approach of monsoon wind over South India with lightning and thunder is termed as the break or burst of monsoon. Overall, about 75% of Indian rainfall is received from this monsoon. The next season is northeast monsoon or post monsoon. The southwest monsoon begins to retreat from North India by the end of September due to the southward shifting pressure belt. The wind returns from Indian landmass and blows towards Bay of Bengal. The Coriolis force deflects this wind and makes it to blow from northeast. Hence, it is known as northeast monsoon or post-monsoon season. See this model. The southwest monsoon wind returns from Indian landmass and blows towards Bay of Bengal. The Coriolis force deflects this wind and makes it to blow from northeast. Hence, it is known as northeast monsoon or post-monsoon season. I hope you all understood the different seasons of India. The next topic is distribution of rainfall. So the average annual rainfall of India is 118 centimeter. The areas which receives heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter. So they are Western Coast, Assam, South Meghalaya, Tripura, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh. Areas which receives low rainfall, that is less than 100 centimeter. They are Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, western and southwestern part of Uttar Pradesh, western Madhya Pradesh and some parts of Tamil Nadu. The rest of the areas receive a rainfall ranging between 100 to 200 centimeter. Here I gave some evaluation questions. Try to answer this question. There, monsoon means dash. Monsoon wind originates due to the seasonal migration of dash and dash following the position of the sun. So what is ITCZ? Next is name the seasons of India. Next, what is burst of monsoon? The next question is write about southwest monsoon. Thank you, students.